Well, hello and welcome to the Brother Slim. This is Cam, and you're joining me for my solo Kingdom Death campaign. This is the People of the Stars with a bit of a doggo bend to it. So, doggo survivors and as many dog encounters as possible. We got the frog dog, we'll have the Black Knight in the future. Good times all around. We are facing off against a level 2 antelope after 2 pre-recorded sessions trying to kind of trial out this new setup. I am a little leery to see how well the setup will do streaming because it's using a little bit more computer juice, and I have very little computer juice to go around. But so far, so good. A little bit of preamble to get started here, or some things to show off. I finished painting and basing up my frog dog armor survivor, so I figure we'll get him up in the camera there really quick. Definitely not like an amazing paint job or anything, but it was quick. I'm happy with it, and that is just a win-win. So there we go. And I was also able to finish off, not facing off against it tonight, but let me reach up here. This monstrosity, which I put on a black stand so it's flying, and resculpted the horrible, disgusting tentacles a little bit too. So same idea here. Great paint job. Not at all, but quick and efficient one. Heck yes. So this is the Sunstalker, which we fought once, and I completely butchered the encounter. But it was a cool learning experience that I'm looking forward to playing a little bit smoother next time. This, not gonna lie, might be my least favorite miniature in Kingdom Death, but it is still kind of creepy and coolly charming in its own Dumbo octopus way. The encounter was really cool though, and I'm looking forward to doing that more. I did do a little bit of crafting off camera, but nothing really consequential, except for the Zanbato. I did go ahead and make a Zanbato. I used an iron for it. And part of the reasoning for that is let's see if I can actually pull them up here. We are still using our best survivor out on this night here, which might be a mistake, but they've got a really cool ability. So we'll go down here. They gain the Storm Constellation, so they get +1 to permanent speed, which is awesome, and also Heart of the Sword ability. And let's go down and take a quick look at that. If you gain weapon proficiency during the aftermath, gain 3 additional ranks. You cough up a hunk of your own solidified blood and gain +1 strange iron resource. So they can kind of be their own iron farm, which is really cool. They also gain +3 ranks in weapon skill, which is awesome because their scythe that they're using is also a whip. So being able to get a whip master would be freaking cool. I don't know if I'm going to try to get this person all the way there. I'm going to at least try to make them have a baby first. But yeah, using them for now is pretty exciting. So I think I'm going to try to be as careful as I possibly can with them. So we'll see how that goes. As far as everyone else, we have, and actually just a quick little look at Bluey's kit. We have full rawhide, the frog doggles, a turbo tonic for some extra goodies there, and then the scythe, which I'm quite a fan of. An Ein, Acrobatics and Frozen Star, which is pretty sweet, and Unbreakable is a cool one too, but Frozen Star I'm most excited for. Once per round, you may spend 1 survival to freeze a monster's brain. They gain -2 accuracy until the end of the round. Once per round, you may spend 1 survival to freeze a survivor's brain, killing them instantly. They die. Wild. Oh, that's actually not the one I thought it was, but that's still cool. And then Ein here is going to be our support character, and we do have the bone sickle, which is something I made so that we can do the herb gathering event, so that'll be cool. And how much armor are they at? That should be more than that, I think. Shouldn't that be more? 1, 2, oh no, never mind, that is correct, cool. And then after Ein, we have Old Yeller, our tank, with 6 armor, which is awesome. Especially considering it's tier 1 armor. So they are using the full frog dog armor, the Celestial Spear, which is pretty freaking sweet. So 2 speed, 5 up, and 4 strength. And if they have a constellation, which this person does not, it's an additional 5 strength. So simple and effective, strong weapon. And Old Yeller, any abilities on you that I've been forgetting? Sad Frog Dog Song, okay, good one to know. And then Feral Shout is just kind of whatever. Shield specialization, good stuff. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Tramp. And Tramp is going to be, I think Tramp's the one I'm excited for. Yes, Fated Blow. Once for Showdown, you may give yourself 2 strength and Devastating 1 on a wound attempt. So Devastating 1 means if you wound, you do an extra wound, which is really cool. They are also using the Zanbato, which I don't have kitted out for Devastating 1. But this will mean in the future, once they upgrade their gear, which will probably be after this fight, or after tonight's session, they'll be able to have Devastating 2 once per encounter, which is really freaking cool. I'm excited for that. I've never actually played with grand weapons before, and yeah, it should be a good one. Should be a good one indeed. But that preamble out of the way, let us hop right to it here, and we'll depart and get into the hunt phase here for the Screaming Antelope level 2. Okay, so let's do this thing. Again, we're going to do the hunt phase in this book. I'm experimenting with this after watching Big Dano do it. I don't know if he does the reading from the book too, because I've found you need to flip back a whole bunch. But we'll check it out and we'll see what we think. So the way I like to do this is basically just in survivor order. So we'll do Bluey, Ein, Old Yeller, and Tramp at the end here as far as our go-to. So let's get 2 dice. We'll go with the black die as the first one. 67. Okay. Saliva pools. The ground head is pockmarked with pools filled with a gooey liquid. They bubble merrily and stink of digesting meat. As the survivors move between them, they are overcome by a wave of nausea. If any survivor has a sickle, which we do, they slice a few leaves from a nearby plant and everyone uses them to plug their noses and mask the smell. All survivors gain +1 understanding. Sweet, that sounds good to me. So understanding for everybody. Bluey, Ein. Pretty sure I've been quite low on understanding, so this is a welcome change. And then Tramp. Cool, and I think that is it. Ooh, if any survivor has 3+ understanding, they devise a way to use the pools. Each survivor may place 1 piece of gear in the pool, archive the gear, and gain the resources used to craft it. If any. Well, we don't want to archive the gear that we're currently using, so we're not going to do that. But that is that roll done. Oops, I messed up there. We should have actually just done a Screaming Antelope one, but that is okay. So let's do the Screaming Antelope one now. Vomit pile. The survivors find the half-digested remains of their quarry's last meal. Each survivor may scavenge, gain +1 courage, and roll on the table. Well, we're definitely going to do that. What I want to do is pop you up, move you to there, and there we go. Cool. So, rolling on the table and gaining +1 courage. Let's do it. And this will be Bluey. Rolling on the table. Ooh, a lantern 10. The antelope is clearly sick, vomiting up pieces of itself. Gain +1 understanding and 1 random strange antelope resource. Love it. Oh, and we get to do awake. So we'll do that too. Let's grab a resource first. And we gain a pelt. Heck yes, I want as many hides as possible. So that is great for me. And then we'll pop this open to awake. Showdown, Dragon King, Melts Down, Foundlings, Intimacy, Midnight's Children, Awake. There we go. And this was Understanding. So we'll roll a d10. Getting a 6. Gain +1 permanent evasion, a random fighting art, and a noble surname. +1 permanent evasion is very nice because we want this person to be as survivable as possible. I do really want luck, though. They're my crit-based survivor, and they don't have any permanent luck. Or no, they do have 1, actually. But I think that might actually be from the gear they're using rather than it being from this. A random fighting art and the noble surname. I think they might already have noble. Yes, they do, which is fine. And then a random fighting art. Let's get it. Champion's right. Before making an attack, you may add your understanding to your accuracy attribute for the attack. Limit once per showdown. Cool. That sounds good to me. Alrighty. After Bluey, we go to Ein. So Ein is going to gain a, what was it? Courage. Very cool. Ein's actually pretty jacked on the courage. And we'll roll on the table. Oh, never mind. I already did that, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you know what? No, I don't think I did. So we'll add that back. And then we shall roll on the table. Getting a 6. You find something undigested and eat it. Gain +1 survival. They are probably already maxed out there. Yep. But still, that could have been something much worse. Then Old Yeller. +1 courage. Let's get at it. We'll roll on the table. Getting a 4. Ooh, archive all consumable gear. I don't think they have any, at least. No. Gross, though. Okay. And then, last but not least, let's go ahead and do Tramp. So they'll gain a courage. Boom, boom, boom. Roll on the table. Oh, getting a Lantern 10. The antelope is clearly sick, vomiting up pieces of itself. Gain +1 understanding and 1 random strange antelope resource. Good stuff. So we'll draw another random resource. Getting a beast steak. Organ. Cool. And yes, that was pretty good. And so then we'll scoot ourselves up to there already. Good stuff. So then we'll draw another random hunt one. Or not random, sorry. A screaming antelope. Stampede. A thunderous boom approaches. The survivors may hide. If they do, move the quarry back 1 space. Otherwise, all survivors gain +1 courage, and the event revealer rolls 1d10. Okay. I don't want to start the showdown immediately. We only need to roll the 1 die. Do we worry about it moving back a space? I don't know if we really are. Let's do it. So we'll gain, everyone gets a courage. So getting to read Awake. Oh, getting an 8. Fantastic. +1 permanent evasion and the champion's right fighting arts. Okay. So we're stacking some evasion. And then the champion's right. Let's get that. Cool. Very, very cool. And then we'll just have them roll on this table really quick, and then we'll go and do everyone else. Oh, getting a 1 is a bummer. 2 event damage to each location. Ouch, yeah, that is pretty rough. Ouchie kibbles. Well, let's do that. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, that was super rough. All right, so Tramp down to... So we're going to be rolling Awake here too. Let's do that. So rolling a dice, getting an 8. So that is +1 permanent evasion and champion's right once more. There we go. And champion's right. Oops. There we go. Champion's right done. And then 2 damage across the board. Not too worried about this character because they are quite tanky. Mostly worried about the support person. Okay, Old Yeller to Ein. Alright, so Ein is going to gain a Courage. Oh, see Truth. Let's do it. I don't think I've done Truth in a very long time. Cool. Very, very cool. So we'll need to move some of this stuff out of the way. So yeah, this is where this version of doing it in the book becomes a little bit more cumbersome. But that is all right. So where is Truth? Showdown White Lion. White Secret. White Speaker. Oh, I think it might be the other way. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Returning survivors, run away. See the truth. Is this the correct one? I don't think see the truth is the correct one. Truth. Is that in the other book? Let me take a look. Truth. No, I don't think it's in here. Go back to the very beginning. I've said it a few times, but doing the campaign out of the main book for the first time has me a little bit more confused than I have been previously. Intimacy. Watched. See the truth. Okay, well, I'm assuming that see the truth is going to be it, because I don't know what else it would be. So let's do see the truth. The greatest courage is achieved when the past and futures are abandoned. The void that remains is dark, is a dark, endless well of strength. Fear and pain are your nourishment, and you will feast. You suddenly recall meeting a strange masked man who, for a moment, opened your second eyelids. What you saw filled your mouth with a taste of your own death. Suffer the blind, severe injury, and taste death. If you are already blind, do not suffer it again. Bummer at taking a blind, severe injury, but is what it is. Which one is Ein? Ein is our support person, so you know what? That's not the worst. Severe injuries, blind. So we'll add that. See the truth. So taste death. Roll a d10. Let's roll this red die. Getting a 4. Bitter. When your second eyelids opened, everything looked the same. There was no wonder and no mystery. Death was simply everywhere. A bitter flavor filled your mouth as you accepted your harsh reality. Gain the Berserker fighting art and a following ability. Bitter Frenzy. Each showdown, the first time you suffer the Frenzy Brain Trauma, gain 1d10 survival. You may spend survival while frenzied. That is interesting. Gain the Berserker fighting art. Okay, so let's get rid of acrobatics and we'll get the Berserker fighting art. Once per showdown, you may spend your action to suffer Bash and the Frenzy Brain Trauma. And then Bitter Frenzy, let's add that too. Bitter Frenzy. First time you suffer the Frenzy Brain Trauma, gain 1d10 survival. You may spend survival while frenzied. That is really, really interesting. Cool. Okay, back to our survivors taking damage though. So Ein. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh man. So yeah, Ein's got 0 armor at the start of this encounter. For everything but the head. Wild. Okay, and last but not least, we have Bluey here. So let's go ahead and do that courage. Getting closer to truth, whether we like it or not. And then all of the armor getting dropped here down to 2. There we go. Okay, so let us get back on track here. So put us right there. It is in the same spot there. Then now we are able to scoot forward. And we'll roll on another random hunt event and see what we get here. Oh, we get 7. Okay, 7. Hungry ground. The ground suddenly splits and the gaping stone mouth attempts to devour the event revealer whole. The event revealer rolls 1d10. If another survivor has the whip, which we do, they can add 4 to the result. Okay, so we will be definitely adding 4 to the results. Getting a 12. 10 plus. Burp Gurgle. The floor vomits a shiny piece of scrap. Gain a broken lantern resource. That is fantastic to me. Broken lantern. Boom, boom, boom. Some scrap. We're going to be needing that later on, so I am happy with that. Okay, so we'll be coming back there, but in the meantime, we are still back over here. That gets us over to here, and then we'll roll another turbo. Where did that other dice get to? All right. Oh, yeah, never mind. It's right behind the miniature. All right, so that is 59. Signs of battle. The survivors come across the remains of a terrible battle between their quarry and some unknown foe. The event revealer may choose to investigate. If they do, gain +1 courage and roll 1d10. Otherwise, roll again on the hunt event table. So, investigate. I kind of think that we should do it. So, event revealer is going to be the last person here, which is not you. Tramp. So let's roll 1d10. So gaining 1 courage. And we're not just looking for anything that isn't crazy low. 6. I think I'll be fine with a 6. 3 to 7. The remains are human. The distraught and enraged survivors each suffer 1 brain event damage. If the settlement has graves, they bury the dead, and each survivor gains a survival. If the settlement has cannibalized, gain 1 basic resource. So that we shall do. Let's pick up a basic resource. Let's give the stick a really quick shuffle. Oh, a love juice. That sounds good to me. Happy with that. Put those there. And then, so basic resource, and sweet. That is good news, everybody. Good news. All right, so that is going to bring us to overwhelming darkness. So go back to overwhelming darkness. Here we go. So, Path of the Insane. We definitely have some insane folks. We'll start with Tramp here. Tramp is not insane. 3 plus courage have Path of the Brave, so that should definitely be, yep, that'll be Tramp. And Tramp is our grand weapon, so we'll say that they are the person with the spear. That is Tramp. Old Yeller, you have 3 plus courage, so you were also Path of the Brave. Good stuff. Ein, our support person. 9 courage, so definitely Path of the Brave. And then last but not least, Bluey. Definitely insane and definitely lots of courage. So we have everyone on the Path of the Brave. Sweet. So everyone needs to roll a d10. We'll start with Bluey and just go in the order here. 4 to 6. A massive whale swims overhead. Your guts quiver with its booming cries. You vomit in fear, but keep a brave face. -1 evasion token. And everyone else gains +1 survival, which isn't going to matter. The evasion's a bit of a bummer. But that is what it is. Okay, next up. Oh, a 1. You find a half-dead survivor covered in translucent moss. Ignore them, losing 1 courage, or spend all your survival to save them, gaining +1 population. We're going to spend all of our survival and save them because a free survivor sounds pretty awesome. What's going on here? There we go. Ein. And one of the nice things is we're going to be able to get this back. And survivors will go up to... I think we'll just try to remember that and figure that out later. Yeah, we'll just remember it and figure it out later. Very cool, though. Okay, next up. 2. You punch yourself in the face to chase away doubt. Gain a -1 accuracy token. This is on Old Yeller. Don't really care about accuracy on him, so that is fine by me. And then lastly, 5. Okay, so -1 evasion. So that just equals out, so that's not too bad. And then everyone else gains a survival, which means the person Ein is going to have 1, which is nice. And there we go. We are through Massive Darkness. Dark times were had by all. And then that should bring us to... Yes, this is going to bring us to Herb Gathering. So let's go ahead and do Herb Gathering. And then straight shot to the fight, which would be good. Okay, so I haven't done Herb Gathering in a hot minute. Each survivor must make a special Herb Gathering roll. To make a gathering roll, a survivor nominates any number of D4 or D10s and rolls them. If 2 or more dies with the same result, your score is 0. Otherwise, add your results to determine your gathering score. Cool, cool, cool. Let's do it. I think we'll probably do 3 dice. All right, so this is Bluey. All right, so that'll be 19, which is a really good one. Yep, Ein. So 19, 25, 29, 33. So, oh, wow, triple ones. So we just don't get to use those ones at all. And we don't get to use those ones either, so we're stuck at 33. That's a shame. All right. Gain a fresh Canthus and +1 survival. I mean, all things considered, that could be way worse. Fresh Acanthus. There we go. And back to the survivors. We'll add 1 to Ein, back up to 2. And then we'll carry on here. Yeah, too bad we were vetoed out of doing a little bit more there, but still good stuff. So we'll put that back over here. And we get to start the fight as we skip ahead. Okay, cool, 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 cool. That hot phase was pretty good. The -2 event damage is pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. But this fight isn't super brutal as far as damage goes, or at least it hasn't been lately. So fingers crossed that continues to be the case. All right, so here we go, facing off against the level 2 Screaming Antelope once more. We've got everything set up here nicely. We got all this terrain. So we have the 6 fresh acanthus. We got a copperfish den, which I'm quite excited about, and also the iron, which is pretty cool too. So I think we'll go with you there. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, how do you want to do this? Maybe we'll put you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. And then for the rest of the folks, let's do you there. Kind of want to actually do put a support person right in the middle. And then I will go out down this way. All right. However, it is the beastie's turn. We have trample and diabolical for its traits in play. Ooh, and it does actually have a +1 speed and damage at level 2. So let's grab some tokens for that before I forget. +1 speed, +1 damage. There we are. I do have an ability which I've forgotten about entirely before, but on Bluey, let's go to it quick. So many abilities. Let's see, Oracle's Eye. Yeah, there it is. At the start of the showdown, look through the AI deck and shuffle. So we can cruise through, just for fun, what was going to be the top card. Just a basic bite. That would not have been bad to me. So we have Showdown, Ram, Back Kick, Crush and Devour. Crush and Devour is not really a good one. We don't like Gobbled Up. Bite, Back Kick, Stomp, Slam. Lone Rampage is pretty rough looking. Run Down, Ravenous, Gore, and Bite. All things considered, well, we know that there's no legendaries or anything, but cool to have an idea of what's in the deck. So if I was really being gamey about it, I could take some time and actually read through what all the cards do. But frankly, I think only a couple of them seemed actually really dangerous, so I'm not too concerned about that. So I'll get this all shuffled up, and then it will act. Okay, and we have Bite right off the bat here. So Bite, closest survivor in field of view, and its movement is 8. So that'll probably be the support person. All right, so it is going to move, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's actually out of range. Let me double check though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is out of range, so it's going to graze. Moves to the closest acanthus plant and ends its turn, and it is going to munch that plant, archiving it. Goodbye to you, acanthus plant. There we go. So that is the end of its turn. Oh, I think this will, at the end of the monster's turn, target a random survivor in the trample zone. Okay, so we'll do a 6-up. It's our tank. No, of course, it's our support survivor. Yay! We do have a surge opportunity here. And so we are going to do that. Absolutely, we're going to do that. Actually, it would have been the tank. It would have been Bluey, our damage dealer. But that's okay. That dice roll gets it. So it would have been targeting our support person. So let's dash with them, keeping the survival on a 6-up, of course. But that is okay. Bluey, we're just going to do the same thing. Just go around him really quick. Nope. So going down to 5 survival. And then Ein down to 1. But they are able to move out of the way. And let's see. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go 1, 2. Just to there. And then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going just to the edge of the map there. We can scoot this over just a touch. This guy always has a theme of running around the board edges in my experience. All right, that is the end of our turn though. So first things first, let's go with our support person, and they are going to loot the copperfish den. So we really don't want a 1 or a 3. You get a 5. we gain some copper. Heck yes. Let's add that to our storage. Burnished encephalomatter. Going up to 4, doing pretty good. I think we need like 8 or something to make the armor, so that is good to me, and we'll take that off the board. Okay, she is going to move, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there. Actually, I don't even know if Ein actually is a lady, but the model is. And is there anything else that we want to do with them? We're not going to do that, that's for sure. Gravel guts, don't need to worry about that. As far as their gear, technically we're working on fist and teeth, but ultimately not crazy concerned if they get it or not, because they don't have any of it. And they are the support person anyways, and they have like zero damage capability, so we're probably just going to leave that as is. Let's go ahead with our tank person. They are going to stay where they are. The smart play would be back them up, but I don't want them to for a few reasons. Okay, what would be the smartest play here? Someone's going to get attacked. So let's get them 1, 2, 3. We'll put them in the blind spot. And let's attack here. With Old Yeller. So Old Yeller, gonna be 3 speed hitting on 6s, becoming 5 because we're in the blind spot. We get 1 hit. Oops, that is the wrong thing. Furry Throat. So we are attacking with a club, so we get +2 luck, which is cool. I am going to do a quick little retcon, and I'm going to surge ahead of time. Going down to 5. And the surge is to do block with the shield, just to hopefully have that come into play. So we crit on an 8, and we wound on, what are we wounded on? We're wounded on a, is it toughness 10? Nice, indeed, it is toughness 10, so we wound on a 4. Oh, bummer. That is not a wound. Okay, so next up, let's go with Bluey. So Bluey's a Scythe Master now, which is pretty freaking cool. And so Bluey also has the Frog Doggle, so we're able to flip over the top AI and hit location card and take a little looky-loo here. So we have the Giant Teeth, which are the only super dense location in here, which is important to know for our other survivor, and then Crush and Devour. So it would be nice to get rid of one of the 5 advanced cards for sure. So we'll put that on top of the deck and we know that it's there. And what we're going to do, because we can, we're going to spend an action to give the Scythe 5 range, and we're able to move a little bit back if we want to, which is really cool. And because they're a Scythe Master, they can make a free attack with their Scythe, which they're going to do now. And that is going to be a lot of dice. We have 4 dice hitting on 7s. Ooh, perfect hits. Okay, so that is 3 hits. Good stuff. Let's see what we connect with. So we know we get the Giant Teeth. Then we have 2 and 3. A Restless Inner Thigh and a Restless Shoulder. So we have some wound responses and the Super Dance. So let's do... Okay, so it moves 1 space directly away. And giving it a -1 movement token would be pretty sweet too. Let's do this order. All right, so we crit on an 8, and how much strength do we have? We have 6, so we also wound on a 4. That's 5, so that is a wound, but no crit. So we do get rid of Crush and Devour. Good stuff. All right, so same story here. Getting an 8, that is indeed a critical. Huzzah! So we discard another wound. And critical wound, persistent injury, degenerating wound. The monster's injury worsens if it moves. Whenever the screaming antelope moves, it suffers an additional wound. Oh my goodness. Whenever it moves, it suffers an additional wound. Wild. I don't think I've ever seen that before, and I've fought the antelope quite a bit, and that is a crazy one. Well, awesome one to crit. Discard this card at the end of the next round. So it does leave. It's just like a free devastating, basically. All right, so same story here with the Restless Shoulder. Oh, that is a crit fail, and so we don't have anything happening there. We could Surge if we want to. Let's do it. Why the Hank Brown not? And let's see if we get it back. 6 up. We do. Good stuff. And so we have 4 dice, again, hitting on 7s. That is going to be 2 hits. Restless Back and Restless Tiny Hands. All right. Let's do this one first. All right, so same idea, hitting on or wounding on a 6, critting on an 8. No. No. Ouch. Really, really poor showing on this on the Surge here. You gain 1 insanity and lose your composure. Bummer. Okay, it's still our turn. Let's go ahead with our spear person. They're not actually a spear person. They are a grand weapon person. How much movement do they have? 6. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go 5 to there. Would have been nice to move again, but that's okay. We'll stick it out where they are right now. All right, so first attack with a Zanbato. We have 1 dice hitting on a 6 up. That's an 8. That is a hit. We get the furry tails. How much strength does this have? 7, so we wound on a 3. And you know what? Let's do that freaking thing. Let's give ourselves 2 extra strength, so we wound on a 1 or a 2. And then that'll also give us the devastating for an extra wound. 8. Awesome. So not a crit because we don't have any luck, but we do 2 wounds to it, which is fine by me. There we go. So that is 2 wounds done. Awesome. And this is going to be proficiency earned this fight. And then before I forget, I'm just going to go to Bluey and do the same thing for starting the whip there. Cool, 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 cool. And now that is the end of our turn. So, monster's turn. It is going to stomp and snort. So pick a random survivor in range. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that is Bluey. Intimidate target. Begins to stomp and snort excitedly. A gurgling mode sounds. Turn to face the target and roll 1d10. On a 4+, the target suffers 1 brain damage per monster level. That's fine by me. Yep, so 2 brain damage to Bluey. If the attacker is insane, they suffer knockback 5. Also fine. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And is knocked down. Does Bluey have anything to deal with knockdown? Rawhide armor? No, so they are knocked down. Okay, at the end of its turn. Okay, so Diabolical. Target a random survivor in the trample zone. We've got a few of those. So random survivor will do 5+, it's our tank, which would be nice. Oh, 4. Damn. So not getting our tank. That is too bad, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so all right, so collides, suffer monster level damage to a random hit location. That is what's going to happen here, unless we decide to spend a survival, and I think we're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's see if they get it back on a 6 up. They do not. It's being tramp. Going down to 4. And then we'll go move 5. They can't actually move. Yeah, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, was it 5 or was it 6? 6. Cool. We'll go right to there. Awesome. And then it's going to full move going 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right off the map down in this very, very corner. Okay, there we go. And now it's back to our turn. There is also, I don't know if anyone's watching at the moment, but it feels like there's some pretty severe lag from my gameplay to actually what's being recorded. So I'm curious how the recorded stream is actually gonna look in the end. But I'll watch back after and we'll see. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We're gonna have to encourage to get that person up. So let's do that from Tramp, getting it back on a 6 up. Nope. So Tramp goes down to 3. Tramp is going to try to get this iron. I'm going to reroll that just because it hit the miniature there. Even worse, that is a 1. Find nothing, archive this train, but that's all right. Fated to be, I guess. And then they can also move. So where do we want to move them to? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to the bug patch, and then we'll have them loot that next time. Let's go with our support person. They're going to loot some acanthus here. Getting a 6. Consume, +1 survival. That is good for them because they were basically out. We'll take that one there. Cool. And I think we're going to do the same thing here. So one action is to give the scythe range 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just going to go 1, 2. And then we're going to attack. So 4 speed, hitting on... Whoops, that's the wrong person. Let's see. Actually, would we be able to do this? I don't know if we can or not. So let's get them up, and then we'll go back to them after. For starters, though, let's go with our tanks. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to here. And they are going to... I think I might just try to attack with the shield just to get that proficiency going. Three, you know what, that's not very good. Let's just block, and we're going to hope that they are the target I'm going to attack. Restless inner thigh, that is now discarded, and we do an extra wound. Cool. Because it did move, I forgot to do that before. Alright, so they have blocked, fun stuff. And they've gone... So with Bluey here, what makes more sense? They can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, can Bluey move 5 or 6? So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, they wouldn't be able to attack. So let's just go ahead and move. We'll go up to here. I'll go there. And then what we'll do is loot the acanthus, getting a 7. So gain a survival and archive the terrain. Bluey is tippity-toppity on the survival train. Oh, I just realized who has... I might have messed up my loadouts a little bit. Let's take a little look. No, nothing there. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot my Sunspot Dart, I think. Let's see. Let's be sure on Tramp. Yeah, bummer. I definitely thought I brought that. Oh well. Okay. So that is going to be... You know what? Let's surge with Bluey. 9, we keep it, and I'm going to do... Yeah, no, that's fine. And then we'll just pick up that one. And 9, I'm assuming, gets us a fresh acanthus. Good stuff. So we'll grab that. Fresh acanthus. There we go. Okay. Cool. Things are looking pretty good. And that is going to be the end of our turn. So back to... Oh, and actually I would have been able to flip over these cards. So we have Palette on top and also... Ooh. Stomp. I don't love there being a advanced card. But I don't know. You know what? Yeah, let's see if we can get rid of that. So I'm actually going to surge with Buddy over here and attack with the spear. buddy over here being Old Yeller. And the reason I can see it is because of the frog doggles. All right, so 3 dice hitting on 6s. Okay, that's 2 hits. So we get palate, and we also get giant tongue. We're about halfway through the deck, so we know that the trap is going to be coming up soon. Okay, so there's a wound, -2 toughness. Let's do this one first. All right, so -2 toughness, meaning I think we just need like a 2 up to wound. Oh my god, we get the 1. All right, let's try this one. This will be up a 4 up to wounds. Okay, we do get the 7. Good stuff. No crits, but we do the wound to get rid of stomp. Awesome. That is what we wanted, bringing us to the monster's turn. So it is going to, oh, another advanced card. Lone Rampage. The monster unleashes an awful wail to signal its terrific rampage. All non-deaf survivors suffer 1 brain damage. So no one is deaf. Okay. All knockdown survivors within the zone of death suffer 1 damage per monster level to every hit location. All standing survivors within the zone of death suffer 1 damage per monster level, bash and knockback 7. So this is a big zone. I think they're going to stay in it, and then the other 2. So let's see, how many freaking squares is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing! We only have 1 person in it, and I might just let them tank it because we've got this shield. Oh, it's blocking a hit. Technically speaking, it's not a hit, I guess. So they should probably dash and GTFO here then too. So they can drop down to 2 because we just spent 1 before. And then they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 back to there. So there's a hit. I just want to reread that just to be absolutely sure. When this blocks a hit, and specifically this card, just suffer damage. Yeah, so it's not a hit. All right, so we'll do that. And Lone Rampage is done after we do the brain damage here. So Tramp goes down to 1 insanity. Old Yeller. Oh, I did not realize how high Old Yeller was. That actually could have been, hopefully that won't be really bad. Ein goes down to 9. And Bluey goes down also to 9. Good stuff. And then, we'll do that. It's going to full move forward in a straight line, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. So the reason why I moved them again is at the end of the monster's turn, it was going to do its diabolical trample thing, and I could have moved 1 more space the other way, so I figured I would give myself that little mulligan there just to be, just to play a little bit smarter. All right, so that is done. It's our turn. We are going to go to there. Let's actually go up to there and then loot that Acanthus, getting a 6. So that is just going to be a survival on Ein. There we go. Oops, I think I turned that the wrong way by accident. That one is now gone. This is kind of ludicrous how slow this is. I really don't know how the stream is actually going to play afterwards, but we shall see. Okay, so that is a little too far. We'll go with that. Yeah, again, sorry, I don't know how watchable this one actually is. Luckily, it's not an important one. It's just farming the antelope here, but still, I am getting a new computer soon, and I am looking forward to it greatly. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Alrighty, Bruce. So we got that done. We're going to scoot over to here. And then also loot the Acanthus, getting a 2. Something bites us. Ouchie kibbles. Suffering, I think it's 1 event damage, 1 arm damage. And this is to our Tankykins, being old yeller. So 1 damage to the arms. Not too shabby. And then lastly here, let's loot this bug patch. So really hoping to get some vermin, specifically the Cyclops fly. A 2, that's not well. You catch nothing, alas. That doesn't say archive this terrain. You know what? Let's frickin' surge. Getting it back on A6 up. Nope. And try to loot this bug patch again. Let's do it. So we'd really like a 4 up. That's all we need. Just a 4 up. A 3! Insect scatter, leaving your meal behind. Gain 1 random basic resource and archive the terrain. Well, I mean, that's not a bug, but it is a basic resource, so we'll take it. Monster hide. Just out of curiosity, would it have been a fly? Oh, it would have too. Oh, right in the kisser. That's a shame. Bummer. All right, but we got a basic resource that is still good, so won't be upset about that. Okay, however, that is almost our turn. We'll go with Bluey next. So Bluey is able to check on what we have up top here. So we have Delicate Inverted Knee and Run Down. So a basic and something we're not too worried about. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to go... Oh, I guess they could have moved too. So let's go to there. And then we'll also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And so we have 4 speed hitting on 7s. Because basically, once again, they basically get 2 actions using the scythe. And the first one is going to be giving the scythe range. And then the second one is attacking. Alrighty, that is 3 hits. And we connect with the Delicate Inverted Knee, the Restless Muzzle, and the Restless Chest. Good stuff. What do we have here? So, probably go with this one first. Yeah, and that one last. Cool, cool, cool. So critting on an 8, wounding on a 6. No. Same story. A 7, that is a shame, but we do wound. So rundown is discarded. And then lastly, here we go. So critting on an 8. Would love to see it. Oh my goodness. Oh, Bluey, your dice rolls have been so bad this game. That's a shame. All right, I think we'll probably just end our turn there. And see what it's going to do. Ram, furthest threat in range. Let's see. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huzzah! It's not going to be able to target our support person. It will target our tank. Move and attack. Let's see. So that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Oh, we could outer range evade this if we want to. Especially since we don't have bash up. And considering its ability here, I think it'll be worth it. Let's do that. So we'll dash going 1, 2, 3. Just to get out of the range. So it cannot do its thing there. And so old yeller goes down to 1 survival. I think that was worthwhile though. Because that would have been +1 damage to this attack for every space the monster moved toward the target. So that would have been like +7 damage to a spot, which would not have been a good time. And we didn't have block up, which is a shame. Okay, so that's going to bring us to our turn. Let's go with this person first. And you know what? Balls to it. We're just going to go and try to swing in with the shield because we want that specialization coming in here. Oh, hitting on 9s? Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to block. That is their turn. We might surge later, but for now, that is fine. Let's see. This person is going to just back up just a little bit to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the blind spot we go, and we know that there isn't any super dense locations, so we are scot-free to roll. So this should be hitting on a 5. A 9 absolutely hits. Ferocious Spasm. Reflex. Okay, you know what? This is good to me. I'm happy with this. The Screaming Antelope frantically attacks everything around it. Zone of Death. So that's going to happen unless there's nothing to crit, so that's going to happen no matter what. Let's see if we wound, though. So needing a 3 to wound. Oh, no. Ouch. All right, so 1 at a time, target each survivor in the zone of death performing basic action. Let's do the basic action. All right, so it's going to be 3 speed on old Yeller here. Okay, so what is your evasion? 5 evasion is pretty wild, so it's going to be hitting on a 7 with 3 attacks. All right, 0 hits there. Love to see it. And then on Ein, or not Ein, Tramp. How much evasion do you have there, Tramp? You have 2, so hitting on 4s. Actually, we wanted them to get hit because of the block thing that we wanted to do. It's annoying. All right, so 2 hits on Tramp. Let's see where those hits land. The head and the body. Okay, so we can block one of them. It's going to be 2 damage. Let's probably save the head. 1, 2. There we go. Put that back there. And that is Tramp, keeping that on a 6 up. No. Yeah, I've had some really bad dice rolls this game. Or statistically below average, I should say. Okay, so that was a bit of a bummer. They've moved, they're kind of stuck in place there. Let's go with... You know what I probably could have done, actually? Let's see. Ein. You do have... No, you don't. Someone else has those. Okay, never mind with that. Bluey. Let's do Bluey. So Bluey's going to go just 1 forward to there. Same thing, action to give range, and then second action to attack. I would really like to get a crit, so we only get 1 hit. Hey, 1 hit is all we need. And so we crit on an 8. Just an 8 up, please. Oh, baby. That is exactly what I wanted. Good stuff. So we critical wound, gain a Screaming Antelope resource. Huzzah, getting another pelt. Love to see it. Your attack wrecks one of the monster's legs. If insane, you may spend 5 survival to treasure this moment and gain +1 permanent movement. How much survival does Bluey have? Bluey has 6. Let's frickin' do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gaining a permanent movement going up to 6. Bluey's a frickin' beast. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. And because we get the crit from the Scythe specialization, we are able to reshuffle this deck. Or do we need to roll dice? Let's see. Rolling a 6 up. On a 6 up, we can shuffle. No. Damn it, my dice roll have been so bad. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, well, you know what? Let's not surge with them. I don't think it's the right call. Okay, let's end our turn. Going back to the beastie's turn here. Bite. Closest survivor in field of view. Sweet, that's going to be our tank. Good stuff. So it'll be 2 speed, hitting on 7s. We do get 1 hit. After bite, bleed 1. We're going to block that, and on a, what is it, 8 or a 9 up, we do damage to it. No. But we do block it. Okay, and then trample / diabolical. So on a 5 up, it'll be our tank, or 6 up, I should say. Perfect. 6 up it is. Good stuff. Let's see. Do we want to... I think we're probably going to keep that survival because we only got the 1 left, and that is the only one that they have. And it'll be just 2 damage. So it's going to go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all the way up to there, off the map. Fun stuff. We'll put that back here a little bit, hopefully get it in view. And then trample, and then also 2 damage to a random hit location for our tank here. 2 damage to the body. That is fine by me. 1, 2. Okay, that is back to our turn. So I think with our support person, we'll get Old Yeller up here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that'll get us within 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dang, that's too bad. Well, let's see what happens. Let's go with our tank first. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to try. It's going to be hitting on 8s, which is pretty foolish, but we'll try. So 2 dice hitting on 8s with the shield. Oh, baby. That's 2 hits. Unreal. And no trap. That is a huge surprise. It's like, we're going to get trapped right now, but hasn't happened yet. Good stuff. All right, so we'll do the full move forward in a straight line. Don't love that. Okay, let's do this one. These responses aren't great either way. We have 3, so we need a 7-up unless Old Yeller has any fun, cool... Ooh, add the value of a failed attack roll. We hit both times. Dang it. Before making attack, you may add your understanding to the accuracy. Dang it! That's too bad. So let me just double check here. Okay, so 7-ups. Oh, so it's not a crit. But we do wound. Amazing. So we get our shield specialization. There we go. Let's add that on right now. So same story, 8-up, or 7-up. Unreal, we get a crit. Fantastic. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource. Large flat tooth. Huzzah, that is freaking sick. The chances of that were super slim, and I am here for it. That is fantastic. And we get to cancel the reflex from that too. Wound done. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. They're sitting pretty happy where they are. Let's see. So we're not really able to do much else this turn. So let's go ahead and go with our supports person. No, let's do Bluey. We just went with Old Yeller. So they're able to check and see what we have. So we have a slam, basic action, or basic card. And then a restless flank on the top of the application. So there's the trap's gotta be coming. It's gonna be coming up so soon. Bluey, is there anything else that you can do just out of curiosity? Leader. Champions, right. Iridescent hide. Yeah, so nothing extra movement based without surging. We only have the 1 survival. So let's just move a little bit closer. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there. Support person is going to go next, going 1, 2, 3. And is there anything that they can do? Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me actually do a little replay of that. Insane survivors gain +1 movement. All non-deaf survivors gain +1 insanity. Let's do that, because that'll let Bluey move 1 more, getting within 5. And then that will also give Tramp a 2nd insanity. Okay, back to Bluey. So with that in mind, they actually are able to make 1 attack here. So 4 dice hitting on 7s. Okay, that is 3 hits. I was kind of hoping for less, but let's see if we get the trap or not. So we have 1, 2, giant mouth, and last but not least, there it is. So there is the trap. Unfortunately, we have to play it. We don't get to do the crit shuffle or anything because we have to do the trap location, alas. All right, so the attacker is doomed. All survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 2 brain damage per monster level, knockback 5, and are knocked down. So the only one adjacent is Old Yeller, and taking the brain damage is actually a positive here. So 4 brain damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason that's positive is I'm pretty sure if someone has 20 or more insanity, at the end of this fight, they run off dead. So I totally forgot about that, and it was a risk bringing that that person here. Okay, so that is done. The monster slides on its belly. Turn directly away from the attacker, full move forward in a straight line. On collision, non-death survivors gain 1 random disorder. Okay, so we're going to scoot this way in that case. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right into the corner off the map, of course. That is, however, the end of that turn. So we were hoping to shuffle this deck. We were hoping to shuffle it from doing a critical wound, but at the end of the day, a shuffle is a shuffle. This does mean we need to look out for the Zanbato, but he does have, this being Tramp, our grand weapon person, but they don't need to worry about it because they do have another weapon that they can use. So we'll probably not attack with the Zanbato anymore this fight because we don't want to risk exploding it and losing it. Okay, there we go. That is all shuffled. And that is going to be the end of our turn. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to end our turn. So, Slam is going to start us off. Oopsies, there we go. Knockdown survivor in range, no dice. Furthest threat in range. Let's see, so that's probably going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or nice. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So that'll be able to come over this way. Pull this map out a little bit too, just so it's hopefully a little bit better review. Alrighty, so this is going to be 2 speed, hitting on 7s. 1 hit, connecting with the waist of Old Yeller here. So, and that is how much damage? 2 damage. Okay, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Alright, just shuffling up the AI deck here for what's left. There's actually more left than I expected to. We've whiffed a whole bunch tonight. All right, so we've got the shield specialization, which is what we wanted. So let's go ahead and just scoot one over this way so we're out of the way. With Old Yeller, we're going to go first with Old Yeller here. And they're going to attack with the Celestial Spear. So 3 dice, hitting on 6s, and 4s to wound. Alrighty, so that is a full round of hits. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we don't want the full move in a straight line. We don't really want that. Oh, man, we don't really want that one either. That's super gross. Attacking with a melee weapon, and the wound roll is 1 or 2. Consume the weapon. Gross. So I think we're going to do that one last. Chances of rolling that are super low, but we don't want to lose our Celestial Spear that way, so I would much rather have it run away and avoid the risk of that happening. All right, so wounding on a 4-up. Oh, baby, we had a crit. Super awesome. I'm pretty sure this character, with just needing Lantern 10s to crit, has crit more than our crit specialist. All right, so a random resource. Boom, boom. A Screaming Brain. Awesome. And Ruined Horn. Blood pours from the Ruined Crown. Affects some AI cards. So there we go. Same story here. 6 up to wound. Getting a 9. Awesome. So that is 2 wounds down. Full move forward in a straight line. Bummer. So this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. So knock down. And then also that'll be 2 damage to a random location. The body. This being for Tramp. 2 damage to the body is kind of rough. We're going to have to roll on a Happy Fun Table of Doom. Let's pull that out. Okay, for the body. Happy Fun Table of Doom roll. First one of this fight. 3. That doesn't bode well. Gain 2 bleeding tokens. You know what? That is fine by me. Just out of curiosity. 2 bleeding tokens. Yep, that is fine by me. 1 and 2. And they're knocked down. Okay, so it's still basically the top of our turn here. Let's get them up, and let's get them up with... Who do we want to get them up with? Probably Ein. Let's see if they get it back on a 6-up. They do. Good stuff. There we go. Let's go with them next here. So they'll go 1, and they're able to attack with their... This being a tramp. Oh, they actually do have the ranged weapon. With the long club. Let's do it. So long club is going to be 2 dice, hitting on 5s. Nice, we get 1 hit. Restless back. We do have a club, fantastic. So we crit on an 8-up, we wound on a 5-up. Boom, boom, we get a crit, huzzah. Your strike lands squarely on the monster's squirming spine, affects some AI cards. So not necessarily a fun one just off the bat, but still cool nonetheless. And that is another wound gone. Good stuff. They've gone. So let's go ahead with Bluey. So Bluey's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And then use this scythe attack. So 4 speed hitting on 7s. Getting 1 hit. Oh, trap right on the very top for us. That, oh, you know what? I would have known it was there actually, because I could have, at the start of their turn, I should have flipped it over and seen it. But that's okay because no one is adjacent. So works out well. This is basically how I would have played it anyways. Okay, so doomed, knockback, and then moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just gonna do it there just so it's partially still on the camera. And then that is going to get shuffled back in. So the rare top deck and trap. My least favorite kind of trap. It's like more of a surprise, but less terrifying than when you're really, really low on hit location deck and you know it's coming, but you don't know if it's the next card or the one after. Okay, that should be nice and shuffled. Bummer. That is going to go to the monster's turn. Let's see what it's able to do. A bite. Closest survivor in field of view. So that is going to be Bluey. We do have a surge thing that we could do here too. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go up to there. And then how much survival does Bluey have? I don't really want to get hit, but ultimately, Bluey's in a pretty good spot, and I think we'll hold on to that survival for now. Actually, you know what? Let's spend it. And then we're going to dash cancel. Oh, actually, let's see. Do we get back on a 6-up? Oh, we do. Sweet. So we're going to go back 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. To there. Awesome. So bite is dash canceled. Bringing us to Diabolical. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right to the very edge of the map again, so that'll probably be off camera. Knocking down this guy and doing 2 damage to a random hit location. To the boots of Old Yeller. Which goes down to 2. Okay, and that is back to our turn. So, we're sitting pretty here. We're sitting pretty indeed. I think let's get Old Yeller up first things first. Tramp, what you got? Let's see if Tramp is able to keep their survival. They do not, so they go down to 1. Get this person up. They are going to just back off to there. Let's see, actually, let's go back to there. And attack with the spear. So that should be, I think it's 3 dice hitting on 6s. We 1 hit. Restless Eye, first strike, and we wound on 4. Heck yes, we do. So that is another AI card gone. We don't need to surge with them yet. Let's go with the person who has the most opportunity to crit. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to scoot them up just a little bit to there, just in case the monster moves. They get the 1 attack with 4 speed at range 5, just because, again, first action to give it range, second action to attack. Hitting on 7s. That'll be 2, and we connect with the Delicate Inverted Knee and the Restless Rump. Okay, so we definitely want to go with this first. So we crit on an 8. No, we do. I think we might have just wounded, actually. We do wound, so we have that. We do wound. And then critting on an 8. Please get nade up. No, but we do wound. Story of Bluey's life. Really powerful survivor, really poor at critting. All right, so that goes down there. Because of that, though, let's see. So turn the monster to face away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. So that'll be this way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once again, basically right off the map, just on our stack of resources. That is fine, though. Should we risk our survivor to try and get that fist and tooth piece? Balls to it. Let's do it. You only live once. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what that'd be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much movement does Ein have? 5. You know what? We're not going to risk it. They're gonna float. They're gonna stay put. And Tramp, who does have 6 movement, is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and dash, getting it back on a 6-up. Yep. So right here. And they're going to attack with the pole that they have. So 2 dice hitting on 5s. Awesome. So that is 2 hits. And we just need 1 wound now, too. Oh, the friggin' trap again! Oh. So not adjacent. So we got that at least. But it's going to move. Going 1, 2, 3, 4. Turning away or towards? Directly away. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up to there. I'm fed up with this friggin' trap. But all things considered, especially drawing or getting that roll that did 2 damage to every single armor location, that was rough. And I was worried about how this fight could have gone, and it's gone extremely smoothly. Just a little bit longer than I was expecting, but very smooth nonetheless. So hopefully I've done a better job shuffling the implication deck this time. And do I have anyone that can surge? Bluey's got that 1 point of survival left. Let's use it. So we're going to surge. 4 dice hitting on 7s. That is 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have a reflex, and a wound. Consume. Turn to face attacker. Let's do this. Let's do this because we kind of want... Yeah, let's do that. Cool. All right, so critting on an 8-up. No, we don't even wound, but we don't need to worry about the reflex because we have a ranged weapon here. So there is that at least. Okay, 8-up. Yay, on a line to 10. Fantastic, we get a crit. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource, a Shank Bone. And that is the end of the game because we are victorious. Removing the antelope from play. Good stuff. So again, took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but really smooth fight all in all. And yeah, awesome, powerful survivors. Bluey just had some really poor dice rolls. Okay, sure. Let's get this book up and into play, shall we? Okay, so 4 basic and 6 Screaming Antelope resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we'll make it 7 because we do have the scavenger kits. And then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so monster organ, question mark, broken lantern, nice, and monster bone, good stuff. Shank bone, shank bone, shank bone, pelts, bladder, large flat tooth, and spiral horn. So we we looted pretty much everything that we possibly could have from this guy, which is pretty cool indeed. All right, I'm going to add up all of these resources here. Which is gonna take me a sec, so we actually do have quite a few. We'll do the basic first. And I'm just gonna make sure that everyone has their proficiency sorted out here, except for Ein, because Ein did not attack. Old Yeller, yep. And Tramp, yep. Cool. All right, so let's close off this encounter. Complete showdown. So 4 endeavors, returning survivor. Ein achieves age 2, fun stuff. Return an advanced year. Storage, immediately we do get an iron, which is awesome. And we get that from a People of the Stars campaign specific thing that Bluey has, which is very cool. And then let's go ahead and do the basic resources here next. So we have, I think, just different, yeah, individuals of everything, which is kind of crazy. So we have a question mark, we have a love juice, we have a monster bone, a monster hide, a monster organ, and then also a broken lantern. So pretty good all over the place draw for those resources, which is pretty cool. And then shank bone, large flat tooth, pelts, beefsteak, pelts, screaming brain. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we probably looted all of the shank bones in this guy's deck, all 4 of them. 3 pelts, which is awesome. 2 large flat teeth, a bladder, and a spiral horn. I think the screaming brain and spiral horn are one-offs too, so that's pretty cool. Okay, bladder, 2 teeth, 2 pelts, screaming brain, 1, 2, 3, 4 shank bones, and a spiral horn. So we are decked out with screaming antelope resources. Did we do the beefsteak too? No, we did not. I forgot the beefsteak. Cannot forget the steak. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, well, that was pretty awesome. Let's see. So before we do age, let's close up this book, or at least put it up there so it's out of the way. And we'll grab our stuff here. Story in the Snow for the settlement events. That sounds fun to me. Let's do that first. Bring up the art there for anyone who wants to see it too. Is this Nico, by the way, one of the white speakers? I think it might be. A pale, tall woman appears in the settlement. Frozen water, crystals drift from the darkness above. Roll 1d10 and add 1 to the result for each time the players have cheated this campaign. I'm just going to add an arbitrary 2 to it, because I'm sure I've cheated accidentally. 6, becoming 8. The speaker tells the story of a future dream. When she is done, no one can recall any details of the tale. The next time all departing survivors perish during the hunt or showdown phase, they remember it was only a dream. Reset the start of the preparing survivor step of the same lantern year. Any saviors that departed are trapped in the speaker's dream and are lost forever. This can be gained multiple times. That's cool. The next time all departing survivors perish during the hunt or showdown phase. That's really sweet. I like that a lot. Super cool. Yeah, that's a sweet one. Very, very neat. We'll put that off to the side. Leatherworker, we're going to be using you. Bonesmith, we might be using you. Frostcrafter, I would love to use you, but I don't think there's anything that we can do with you right now. Need to hunt a level 2 you, which we might do next, or we might do the Skyreef Sanctuary, I'm not sure. We should probably do the Frostcrafter, actually. Skyreef Sanctuary, we can't make anything with you yet. Skinnery, we're not going to do anything with you. Organ Grinder, we're probably going to Augury because we do want to cure a person. Throne, I don't think we're going to do you. I will take a look at the Screaming Circle. Weapon Crafter is also kind of curious. We'll take a look at you. And then Barber Surgeon, we're definitely going to do Trepanning. Okay, so is there anything that I want to make from the Stone Circle? I don't think I want to do the... Ooh, blood paint would be cool. I don't know who I would put it on right now, though. And I don't know if I have paint. Let's check and see if I have paint. I do have paint. So yeah, I might look into making the blood paint because I have a bladder and I definitely have another organ, and blood paint is a really cool item. I don't think I'm really worried about anything else from the Screaming Circle or the Stone Circle though, so we'll put that away for now, and I'll probably craft items off camera. Just I like to take a little bit more time to do it. Counterweight Axe is also kind of tempting, but I might hold off until facing the Sunstalker. Oh no, that's going to be a while actually, so I probably will make the Counterweight Axe. Let's take a look and see the Counterweight Axe. This being from the Weapon Crafter. Counterweight Axe is 4. On a perfect hit, monster suffers 1 wound. So that is good, but I'm not crazy keen on it right now, actually. That is cool, though, but I'm not too worried about it right now, because I do have someone with an axe that I want to level up. Their axe also has 4 strength. But they currently are apathetic, and I can't take them out hunting anyway, so I'm not too worried about the Weapon Crafter right now. And I think that would probably be the only weapon that I want to make from the Weapon Crafter right now. So, onwards. Let's go ahead and do our Innovate here. So we're back to Resources. We'll go Basic, we'll do a Monster Bone, Monster Hide, and Monster Organ. And then also an Endeavor. And let's see what we can get here. Draw 4 innovations. Bed. So you can rest, gaining insanity. You cannot endeavor. All broken arm, all broken hip, all broken rib, all ruptured muscles. So, I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. Nightmare training. Spends 3 survival. Accident. Spend a survival or die. You may spend survival and roll a gain. Gain +1 weapon proficiency. Gain +1 permanent strength. Or accuracy. So that's pretty cool too. Shadow dancing. Tribute. Spend an organ, roll 1d10. You dance with this shadow. Gain 3 insanity and random fighting art. 6+. The shadows are in your mind. You realize how easy it is to dupe someone into attacking, to dupe someone and gain the sneak attack fighting arts. Interesting. Storytelling. Consequence records. We do want records, so we might go with storytelling. Yeah, and the reason I want records is for that pattern item that I have. So is it optimal? I don't think so, but let's go ahead and do it, I think. Let's see. Arena consequence. Sneak attack, ruptured muscle. You know what? I'm kind of curious what this arena consequence is. So let's do that, because I think it was also, did it also have a survival or no? No, it didn't. Balls to it. We got that item that we want to make, so let's go ahead and do storytelling. Cool. Okay. So, trepanning. We want to do that because we want to cure a Shambodhi, DP7 if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we'll spend a endeavor, and let's see. Oh, we get a 9. That's, I think, the third time that we've rolled the cure intracranial hemorrhage, so we'll do a second one. We get a 9 again. You know what? For rolling so many goddamn 9s, I am heavily thinking of just giving it to me, just because I want to be able to use this person. So tell you what, on a 6-up, I'm just going to give it to myself, and anything less, I won't. Okay, I shall take that. And get rid of apathetic, because screw that disorder. And we have 1 endeavor left. In which case, we are going to do the leather thing. So where is it? Leather worker. Spend any number of hide and add equal number of leather to the settlement storage. So we have quite a bit of hide. And I think I might probably turn that one too. So we have that. But for the screaming antelope, we have not a ton actually, just 2. So 1, 2. Not going to touch the Sunstalker ones. Frog Dog. Okay, what about basic? So we have 3, and we'll gain 3 leather. 1, 2, 3. And so we're going to start making a leather armor kit, and I know for a fact that we're going to start with the head, if I remember correctly. I set these here. I don't actually have these. I just added them so I could play around with some different builds. So leather mask, we can make you. That is good. And it gets the down that I wanted to. So that is good to me. So we're going to make that for sure. Might make the counterweight axe now that we've got that survivor, but I'm not too worried about it. And I think that'll probably be all that we make this time. And then we're either going to hunt the level 2 frog dog or a level 1 Sunstalker again. And then the real question is, do I bring my powerful survivor out or not? Because I really don't want to lose them. However, I could also gimmick it and lose and restart it too with that thing that we just got. So we shall see. I think it'll probably be level 2 frog dog because it's been a hot minute. And then we'll probably do Sunstalker after that. Oh, but I'm not actually done yet. There's some other things that need to be done here. So let's take a looky-loo at the timeline. Anything to read? Principal conviction. Let's do that. And then we've also got age for some folks too. Okay, so principal conviction. What page art thou on? Principal conviction 153. Alrighty, survivors must find a reason to be. Treasure the darkness and all its mystery, or seek to master it and grow strong. It's a fun art here. Okay, so we can either master the darkness or treasure the mystery. Master the darkness. Life is finding the perfect death. The lantern is power. By its light, all will be led to the final glorious moment. Add hands of heat next year to the timeline. Gain barbaric. The settlement celebrates a destructive feast. What does... I can't remember what these do, so let's grab these. And take a lookie. So we have barbaric, we'll put there. Or romantic. So, barbaric. Believe in the power of human strength to overpower any obstacles. All current and newborn survivors gain +1 permanent strength. or believe in the potential for beauty, decency, and ingenuity in others. When you gain a random fighting art, draw 3 fighting art cards and select 1 to keep. Let's go with barbaric, because I don't think I've done it before. Yeah, let's do it. And I also just don't want the Bone Witch to show up again. Me no likey. Me no likey. Okay, so roll a d10. Let's do it. Getting a 7. Nominate a survivor. They gain +4 courage and the following ability. Thundercaller. Once a lifetime on a hunt board space after overwhelming darkness. In place of rolling a random hunt event, use 100 as your result. Let's give it to... Who do we want to give it to? I'm kind of thinking... Let's give it to Tramp. Thundercaller. Specialization. Thundercaller, there we go. They gain +4 courage also. Oh, hang on. Is this person the right person to give this to then? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Well, that is fun. And we gain the barbaric principle. Barbaric. There we are. Ooh, we are going to do the love juice though as well. So let's go back to storage. Love juice. So we get to roll on the new birth table. Let's go ahead and do that. Intimacy. I think it was yeah, it was a specific intimacy for this one. 15 was that? Intimacy, there we go. And because of our principle, we need to roll 2 dice and take the lower one. A 6 and a 3. Oh my goodness, so we don't get a baby again. That is unfortunate. Okay, who gains the scar here? And how do we tell the genders of these folks? Okay, already has destroyed genitals. Doodle, what are you, Doodle? Okay, Doodle is going to be dismembered, methinks. Destroyed genitals. Destroyed genitals, and also gaining a scar. There we go. That's a bummer. We do have +1 population though, so you know what? Let's just go ahead and do that before I forget. There we go. Let's go. This is something I saw Big Dano does too, is name survivors based off the first letter from the random name. So an N. Anyone know a dog breed that starts with N? Northern Nikita or something like that? Is that a dog breed? I can't remember. If anyone has a dog breed that starts with a name with a letter N, let me know. Or just any dog names or in general, because I can't think of any right now. 3 male, 5 female. Let's... we've got 2 females with destroyed genitals though, so let's do another lady. Then also no parents, which is kind of annoying. Newborn at birth. All current and newborn survivors gain +1 permanent strength though. So I feel like that should be a thing. So let's add that. Cool. So that's the person that showed up. I just want to make sure that that principal is actually enabled here. Barbaric. Good stuff. Cool. Okay. This intimacy table is really getting to me. I haven't lost any survivors in a long time, but I also haven't really been able to make any more, which is a big part of this game. Okay, so then we had someone was age 2 from our batch of returning folks. Ein, I believe. Let's just double check. Yes. Okay, so Ein gets to roll on the age 107. 153, that is way too far. Age. Okay, so Ein rolling 2d10. Getting a 9, a +1 permanent strength. That doesn't really help Ein, but we shall take it. Okay, and then was there anybody else? One thing I did want to check is understanding. Okay, nope. The reason why I'm checking this is because we could draw another pattern card if anyone else got... Okay, Bluey did, so that is cool. So we can draw another pattern. Old Yeller. Nice, we get 2 patterns. Nice, and the tramp is all good there. So let me grab those quick here. And specifically seed patterns, because there are just normal pattern cards too. So we'll shuffle that up. And we'll draw 1, 2, and see what pattern cards we get. Ooh, a Mighty Bone Axe and Piercing Claws. Cool. So Piercing Claws are from the Black Knight, which is pretty neat. Mighty Bone Axe. So tier 1 and tier 3. These cards are really cool, by the way, too. So they've got some kind of fun like lore bits attached to them. So we'll go through them one at a time. We'll start with the Mighty Bone Axe. So I think anything in color is something that needs to happen, then gray is just flavor. So balance, axe with bone, counterweight. Tell the smith a story that gives them nightmares. Attach pommel with organ paste. So, and anything bolded is things that we need. A bold survivor vows to create a weapon to match their courage, which I think just can be anyone, because I don't think there's anything else bold. Plead for what you seek. Hand from the darkness marks your wrist in blood. Crack axe and fill with blood. All departing survivors gain a bleeding token. And then we would gain the axe. Oh, I think we can maybe just do that, actually. We'd have to make a bone axe first, which is, I think, just 2 bones. But we have a bunch of bones. So we might make that right now. Piercing claws, though. Let's take a look at this. So tuft the leather fringe to create a soft grip. Strike the softened metal fueled by resentment. Polish iron barbs with hardened abrasive blood chunks. So this is 2 iron and a leather. Collect scabs from a berserker as they pick their skin and wistfully recall their battles. We do have a berserker. Heat the iron and shape the rending barbs and claws with a heavy weapon. So we'll have to check and see if I have a heavy weapon, and we might be able to make both of these, which would be really, really cool. Okay, so let's see. So storage, gear, and we'll filter this to owned. What is that error message? Overloaded, turning down video settings, or using a faster encoding preset. Yeah, so I think that's just showing that my computer is not loving this current setup. Okay, so that's obviously not. Bone blade. No, I don't think any of those are heavy. Acid bombs. Not heavy. Crust axe. Not heavy. Grapple claw. Not heavy. Long club. No. Spike buckler. No. Okay, well, celestial spear? No. There's no way the darts are heavy. Zanbato. Oh, that was the one I was hoping would be heavy. So we don't have a heavy weapon. I wonder if a Mighty Bone Axe is heavy, because that would be interesting. Just for fun, let's take a little look and see. Let's see if we can turn off these filters. So a heavy weapon. So this would probably be the weapon crafter. Counterweighted axe. Are you heavy? No. Whistling mace. No. Skullcap hammer. No. Sword. No. Okay, actually, you know what? I wonder. Bonesmith. What about bone club? Are you heavy? Heavy. Okay, so the bone club we could make if we want to. How much are you? You are 3 bones, which is decently expensive. We do want to make a bone axe, though, so let's start with that. Let's check and see if it's heavy. It is not. Surprise, surprise. And... Okay, we'll craft you. And then, oh yeah, I do need to actually go to patterns. And we shall grab a couple of patterns here. Let's see. So a whole bunch of things here. So Mighty Bone Axe. And then what is the name of the other one? Piercing Claws. Okay, innovate with the keyword heat. Survivor with Berserker Fighting Arts. Weapon with a heavy... So piercing Claws. I do want to see what these are before we actually make them. Let's grab them quick. Okay, so chances are, let's see, Monster Trophy, Deep Box, Cyclops Ledger, Ennismith Lens, Tongs, Hammer, Masamune, Yegniper, Master Bone Dagger, Mighty Bone Axe. I was kind of hoping that one is going to be heavy too. Piercing Claws. So let's take a quick look at these. So Mighty Bone Axe. Seed, weapon, axe, bone. So 2 speed, 5 up, 6 strength. That's pretty sick. Savage. So if you crit, you do an extra wound. During your attack roll, reroll any natural ones. You must keep the new results. So that is a pretty freaking awesome weapon. Piercing Claws. So this is a Katar. We don't have anyone using a Katar yet. Paired Barbed 2. If three or more of your attack rolls hit, remove a token from the monster before drawing hit locations. So I don't think I've ever really used paired at all. I don't think I'm going to rush to make this right now. We'll hold off for now and we'll see. But I don't have anyone using Katars. I could make a pair from the Screaming Antelope, but I don't know how keen I am on that or how much I want to use this. Because yeah, let me look up paired really quick. Okay, 2 weapons that are used as one. Add the speed of the second weapon when attacking with the first. Okay, so it doesn't need to be the same weapon. It could be another weapon instead. I wonder. So going back to, let's go back to gear. Get rid of the bonesmith. And we'll go to the stone circle. What about the beast knuckle? Oh, we can't make it. Cut our bone, so paired. When you wound with this weapon, it gains -1 toughness until the end of the attack. So what am I missing to make this right now? A pelt. Interesting. I think I'll probably call the session there and take some time to figure out what I want to make, and then go from there. But yeah, that was a cool one. Again, the fight took a little longer than expected, but that was just due to some bad dice rolls, and we got a whole bunch of goodies from it, which was really, really exciting. So thank you for tuning in, and also hope this one was watchable. We'll see if my computer is actually able to do this or not. I might have to turn the quality of the video down a little bit, and I don't know if that'll actually look very good, but obviously I think performance in this case might be better until the new computer arrives, which I don't know a set date yet. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.